EA Sports, and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live first-round coverage of the Mid-Season Classic. New course to most of the golf just opened in 2015. Today, we're along the east coast of Maine. Rich Lerner with Frank Nobila will be calling all the action from the cliffs at Lighthouse Point.
Another great design from Brand Patel, and they really threw the boat out here. Some excellent choice of holes, and you're going to see the changes in elevation. You get this on a windy day, and of course 7,700 yards will play even longer than that. A nice calm day though, Rich, and you really can shoot a good score out here.
Appears to be tracking well. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Well, the time is now to start making birdies, and there we go. One on the board and suddenly inside the top 20.
Yeah, nothing to be ashamed of in that. But really, you've got to be aggressive from here on in. Oh, that's fine.
This is going to be a tough day on the links. I mean, even the seagulls are walking to work.
That's an absolute beauty.
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. Now another par 3. We're at the 8th. Frank, it's only 165 yards.
It is, but when you look at the green, you can see how narrow it is. Actually, the green is nearly a figure 8, so it's obviously the right number hole. Bunker's sort of short leftish and that little pocket area on the right, so it'll punish anything left or right, even though the hole's just that meager yardage.
Birdie try up next. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. Well, you could see he thought he had that.
It looked in the whole way until the end.
Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Nice par to remain at 2 under. Now to the par 5 9th. Frank, what are we looking at here?
Well, for the longer hitters, it's actually a chance to reach a par 5 and 2. 300 yards is where that fairway starts to bend. Maths, it's going to give you roughly 250 yards to the middle sort of front left of that green. That's the easy way to play the hole. Make a mistake off the tee and you might find out this is a more difficult 3-shotter than what you were anticipating. Well, it's going to take a good one here considering what they've already gone through, Rich. Right now, that green is going to look very small, so it's going to take a good shot here to give himself an opportunity.
Some really poor play to this point. Can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Shouldn't be a problem here. How about that? 4 under par. Ready to tee off now, par 4, 10th hole. This is a beast of 592 yards. And oh, by the way, it's a par 4, so saddle up.
There's something about a well-hit shot.
Frank, that's as good as I have seen all day long.
I think we've got to blame that on the weather. That weather, the wind had to help that ball give it another 20, 30 yards. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Just a couple of feet.
Just moving that much closer to the leader now, Rich.
There you have it, Frank. The first round is a wrap. We saw some good golf out there.
It was certainly a fun round to watch. There's a lot of great players in this field, and this is such an exciting venue. I just can't wait to see what happens the rest of the championship.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Mid-Season Classic. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Frank, the beauty of golf, we're not playing inside a dome with no wind. You have to be able to handle the elements.
You do, and that's really where the better player comes through. On a day like today, anything around par is going to be a good score, so just adjust your own mental par. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. Now this for birdie came away with par the previous round. That's not how you picture it, Frank, when you step on that first tee.
No, you'd like to go back to that first tee right now and start again.
And getting ready for the putt. Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Now on the tee at the par 3 second, it's a long one. This will require a pure strike. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. You've got to be kidding me. That was right on the edge.
I tell you, he wants a do-over there.
So just a formality here. Good putt. Frank, I like the mix of holes as we start out here at Lighthouse Point. Tough par 4, then a par 3, and now a scoring opportunity with a par 5 at the third.
Scoring opportunity with a good drive. Very thin fairway here, Rich. This hole is built for accuracy, and players off the tee, they're going to have to try and hit this fairway. Long fairway bunker runs almost the entire length of this hole. And it could act actually as a little helper, stop you going down by the cliff, because anything left, obviously, on that cliff line will go all the way down to the ocean.
And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot.
It's no snack, though.
That, Frank, what a putt.
I didn't go that far on a holiday.
Fourth hole, looking for a quality start. It's 411 yards and a par 4.
No fairway bunkers or bunkers really to contend with here. Cliffs to the left and also water on that side. But one of the wider fairways on this front side, made up for by a very small green.
Those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, that's a formality now.
So a tester from 4 feet. Good birdie right there, Frank.
Oh, time to get another cup of coffee. Things are heating up.
Now at the 5th here at Lighthouse Point, it's a par 4. Frank, what are we in store for?
When you stand on this tee, Rich, you don't see any fairway bunkers, but be careful. It can certainly fool you. The goal really with the Cliffs course is to find fairways.
Good contact, good result. This has been a great performance so far, but Frank, a long ways to go. Do you ever worry about complacency?
Yeah, sometimes it just looks like it's too easy. At the moment, the putts are going in, the iron shots are going close enough, but some things, they don't happen by accident. He's got to still keep concentrating right now.
Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Birdie putt coming up. A par on this hole yesterday. Continuing to play outstanding golf, 9 under par for the tournament with the birdie. Now at the 6th hole, it's a par 3, just under 200 yards. Where's the challenge here, Frank?
Well, you've got to love that bunker on the left side, Rich, especially because it's shaped like a letter L. Got to fly that. The green's not too deep, so really the challenge is trying to flight that ball in amongst the breeze should it kick up.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Another one inside of 5 feet. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Frank, this game will drive you crazy.
Yeah, you can do so many things right, and then just something so simple, completely wrong. And that par certainly won't hurt the cause.
There's still some time. 2 rounds in the books, Frank, and a good spot from which to make a move.
Yeah, well positioned. Really, if you're leading, it's a different pressure. Being in the chaser pack there, playing well, what a great position to go into with 2 rounds to go.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live 3rd round coverage of the Mid-Season Classic. Excellent position, just a huge shot. And from the fairway for his 2nd shot here.
chance of going in.
And with that birdie, moves to third place. Standing over the ball here at the par 5 11th. Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
What a drive. Just tattooed that. This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but it was well on the cards.
Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he was thinking on that.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Wow, and with that eagle, Frank, now only 2 shots back.
And all of a sudden put the name back into the mix just when we thought it might be too late.
12th hole now, and Frank, the long hitters could have an advantage here.
If they want to take a very dangerous line over that left side, this is really where the shot maker has the advantage. That hole bending completely to the left. You'd like to hit a draw there, so use those bunkers down the through side of the fairway and then just sort of shape that ball towards the green. Interesting shaped green, really 3 different sections to this, and of course 3 bunkers, each protecting a different portion.
This is a good-looking shot. How'd you like that strike?
That was top of the tree.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Makes the putt for a birdie. Now to the 13th hole, and Frank, this could make you quake in your soft spikes. 702 yards, par 5. It might should be a par 6 or a 7.
Well, I think a few people will make 6 or 7 here. You're right. This is a rarity in golf, 700 yards. So forget about any thought of even getting close to this par 5 and 2. Plus, just to add insult to injury, the 2 bunkers off the tee are perfectly placed. They're about 298 yards, smack bang in the middle of that. I doubt you can get past those, but you need a good drive, really, to try and leave yourself a short third shot.
So the golf ball ends up in that first cut. It's a little bit less than 2 inches. You can see the golf ball. Should be able to get at it, but may not be able to control the spin. We'll see. Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich. Really. This is that awkward length.
That was well judged, wasn't it? Now at the par 3 14th, over another body of water. Frank, you could make some big numbers on this golf course. I would think if you walk out of here today having shot under par, you have to be really happy.
Certainly is big boy golf playing around the cliffs at Lighthouse Point, Rich. And this is another example here at this beefy par 3, 240 yards. You can see Lake Zimmer protects the front of this green and to the right. That's obviously where they get all their irrigation water from. But it's enough green left of the flag here. That's really what you've got to be looking at, that front left section.
Pretty good stroke right there. Just hit it through the brake.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus. How did that not go in?
Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. It's a very makeable putt here. He is currently 5 under for his round. That's a bogey, but still in the lead.
We start to see shots in hand really valuable.
There you have it. Round 3 is finished, and it was a good one, Frank.
Yeah, after 3 rounds in, you really could start to see who could take home the trophy when it's all said and done. Great play, though, up until this point. Round 4 should be an absolute thriller.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage